Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Inner Authority. Today we are going to talk about what is the worth of your word, not to others, but to yourself. And I'll get into the context of it very soon. But have you asked this question to yourself the moment you opened up the video or any time in your life? If you have, congratulations, because you have taken the first step towards the truth, towards self awareness. Because if no matter what the answer is, okay, it doesn't matter what your answer is. Your answers could be amazing. The answer that you get from within, it could be good. It could be, yes, I have a lot of worth to my word. Others respect me. But if you fall into somehow into the category where you feel that no, at the moment I really can't rely on myself because whatever I decide, it's not working. I stay consistent for a while and then I quit. So basically, I'm saying screw you. Your word means shit. This is your inner mind saying to you. And this is what you are training your mind to believe. Unfortunately, this is very, very dangerous. And I'll explain why it is dangerous because it affects all areas of your life. The small decisions that you take, the small initiatives that you take, leads up to huge blunders because you left it. You quit what you decided to do. And that's where the problem starts. So it's something happened with me too. So when I asked this question to myself, what is my word worth to me? I realized it was answer to all my problems and all my problems in life, most of them. So what I used to do was I was a personal growth junkie. I still am. I love to grow myself. I love to learn new things. And I used to sign up for a lot of coaching programs. And I used to sign up in excitement. I used to get very excited. And then after a few days, I used to quit. Why? Because I used to lose interest. Because something else used to come into my life and take me over. I think it is called the shiny object syndrome. You always need something shiny to stay entertained and connected. Now, my reliability of myself was deteriorating over a period of years because I had spent tens and thousands of dollars on coaching programs to learn a lot of things, but I mastered none of them. None of them. I mean, you can say that I'm jack of all trades, but I'm master of none. And that's what I aspire to be now. I want to stick to what I decide and follow through. Make sure I'm finishing what I have decided to do and do it every day consistently. If not every day, whatever the times or frequency that I have decided, I will do it. And that changed my entire neurology and my life because now I could rely on myself. Now I could form habits. It's not just about forming habits, actually, it's about your self esteem and self respect. So, when you follow what you've decided consistently, no matter how bored you get, no matter how influenced you get by others, no matter whatever comes in your life, you overcome all these lies that your mind tell yourself, and you are finally in charge and in control of what you decide. Then you can rely on yourself. And the beauty of being able to be rely on yourself is that others can rely on you too, and that's how you claim your inner authority. So honestly, this changed my life. A lot of times what I have seen people is like they start something with a lot of excitement, and then after a few days it starts get boring, dull, and then they quit. And it vanishes as if it never existed in their minds. And if for some reason, if they do think of it that I bought this program, but I never did it, they lose something else comes into their thought process and they forget about that too. And they also forget why they had bought that program in the first place. So the beauty of having that inner authority, of being able to rely on your word or on yourself, is that no one can trick you into buying their coaching programs from. No one can trick you. Now, how can I say that? Like, you must have seen a lot of coaching programs being offered out there. They sell you urgency. They sell this offer is only for 24 hours. If you buy now, you're going to get this and this and this. And let's say if you change your mind tomorrow, you get your money back. So basically, when you act upon those impulses, you're saying your brain that you cannot be trusted when you decide something. You have to be jailed into that commitment by parting some money of your own. It's not about the money, it's about how you are approaching that coaching program. You're not doing it because you want to do it, you're doing it because you're being forced to, and you don't even realize that you're being forced to do that. See, I'm a performance marketer and I apply these tactics too. I'm not going to lie. But I'm talking about the other end of the spectrum, people who buy such coaching programs and in such way. What happens to their neurology? What happens to their neurochemistry? What happens to their self respect or self esteem? It's about that. And if you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to feel good about yourself for a very, very long time, because it's going to accumulate a lot of decisions that has taken in the same state of mind, eventually leading to something undesirable, something that you don't want to. You're doing it because you're for the sake of doing it, but you don't want to do it. So I'll share my story. So it started with deciding to learn Spanish. So I have my friends in Argentina, which I visited last year, and when I went there, I could not speak Spanish with them, and most of them were Spanish speakers. So I had a friend who was to translate everything to me, but it was getting exhausting for her, and it was getting exhausting for me as well. And it was like they were very good people, and I wanted to connect with them. They are still very good friends of me, and language is not a barrier, but I could not have a heart to heart conversations with them because I didn't know Spanish. So I took it upon myself to learn Spanish. Now, what happened when I started doing learning Spanish? First 3 4 days, I was excited. On the fourth day, I was like, let me do it tomorrow. I have a lot of other work to do. Let me do it tomorrow. So that was deception number one, and I'm glad I didn't fall for it. Deception number two that my mind conjured up was, we're so bored. Let's you've worked so hard today. Let's play a game and then we'll sit to learn Spanish. And I realized by then that my mind is trying to play tricks on me so that I can avoid this. And I said, no, I'm going to do it now. And when I started doing it, within 5 to 10 seconds, the boredom vanished. I was engrossed in what the lesson was. I took notes. To get more involved, I personally have a habit of writing notes. I've maintained a huge notebook. I actually have it right here. So you can see these many pages I've filled in, which I am proud of because of consistency. And when I looked at the program that I am doing, it tells you the number of days you've done this consistently. Like, what's your streak? So I'm on an 8 week streak right now, 2 months. And during these 2 months, I had a lot of occasions, a lot of unavoidable circumstances that told me that don't do this today, do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow. And every time I asked my brain to shut up or not fall for the deception that my mind had conjured, the more I felt good about myself, because I was finally able to trust myself and finally able to rely on myself. And that's the beauty of this. So, no matter what you're doing, what you have decided to do, think of something. You can start small. I would actually suggest you to start small, because if you take up a lot of responsibility, like huge goals and very ambitious goals in the beginning, there are chances that you will not follow through. Why? Because your nervous system is not used to it, your brain is not used to it. You have to make your brain believe that you can be relied on. And once you start doing small commitments every day without fail, start adding a few more habits, then go for the big one, is what I would recommend. Because yeah, you can be tempted to get ambitious pretty fast and, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to uh, follow through, I promise. There's a huge chance that you will goof up because you committed to a lot without training your mind that you are consistent. So our brains work in such a way that it needs a physical evidence to believe something. So when you believe on something, you actually have formed a lot of evidence, you've collected a lot of evidences towards that belief, and that's how your belief is formed. There is another video that I'm going to shoot about limiting beliefs and how to get rid of that with this same method, but that's a topic for another time. Today it's all about being consistent and recognizing your words worth. So let me ask you this: what is it that you're going to commit after watching this video? It could be anything, it could be extremely small thing that you can start with. Most important thing is how you stick to it without falling for the mind's deception, and tell me how you felt after deciding what is it that you wanted to do. So comment your responses. I would love to know if you like the video. I would love to know what is it that you want me to speak about. And I would love to hear from you again. Thanks a lot. Bye.